Hey guys, welcome to another online muscle building video lesson from MuscleGainTruth.com and SchoolOfMuscle.com. This is Sean Nalawani, and in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about training intensity and why failing to push yourself hard in the gym will hold you back from ever achieving the powerful and muscular body you're after. In all of my years being involved in bodybuilding and fitness, I've trained a lot of people and have literally spent thousands of hours in the gym training on my own and observing others. And over that time, I've noticed a not so surprising trend. The people who are training with the highest level of intensity and who are pushing themselves to the limit during their workouts are achieving the most dramatic results in the shortest time. They're gaining more muscle size, more strength, and are transforming their physiques at a far more rapid rate than those who approach their workouts with a casual and laid-back attitude. In fact, it almost seems to be directly proportional. That is, the harder an individual trains, the greater muscle gains they experience. It might seem like an obvious fact on the surface, but I'm continually surprised at how easily this simple notion is overlooked, even by those who take their training very seriously. Every time I enter the gym, I constantly observe people aimlessly tossing weights around with no real precision or goal, using levels of resistance that are far too light for their bodies, and stopping their sets far short of where they should be. This type of training approach is doomed to fail, and the reasons are fundamental and straightforward. Let me explain why. First of all, let us establish the obvious fact that as you sit there right now watching this lesson, your muscles have in them a specific amount of stored ability in order to carry out your day-to-day tasks. Whether it be to carry a bag of groceries, climb a ladder, lift a heavy rock, or say curl a barbell, your muscles have within them a finite, limited amount of reserve ability to complete these tasks. It may be possible for you to bench press a 175-pound barbell, but not possible for you to bench press a 225-pound barbell. In this case, your muscles would have enough stored ability to bench press 175 pounds, but not enough stored ability to bench press 225 pounds. Now, when you go to the gym, you deliberately place your muscles under stress by training them with weights. As you perform your sets, you are breaking down and damaging the muscle fibers in the hopes that they will rebuild themselves back larger and stronger. The muscle growth process is a natural adaptive response to stress that is triggered by the body in order to ensure its own survival. Now, what needs to be understood is the simple fact that if the stress that is induced as a result of the weight training is not sufficient, the body will not respond in any significant fashion. Muscle growth is a survival mechanism, and it will only be set into motion if the body can be convinced that it needs to build new muscle mass in order to better suit itself to its environment. That brings me back to the notion of the stored reserve ability that is present in your muscles. Again, right now, as you watch this, your muscles have within them a specific, finite ability to perform physical tasks. You might be able to curl 75 pounds, but be unable to curl 90 pounds. All that needs to be seen here is the simple fact that if the muscles are continually presented with tasks that they are able to complete without significant difficulty, there will be absolutely no incentive to increase their size and strength as a response. It only takes a very small amount of logic and reasoning to see this. If your muscles can already perform a given task, then that task is not a threat to your body. You are already able to accomplish it, and therefore there is no incentive for your muscles to become additionally bigger or stronger in response to it. The only way to increase your muscle size and strength is by forcing your muscles to attempt tasks that are either extremely difficult to complete or not possible to complete at all. By presenting your muscles with tasks that they cannot complete without using up a significant amount of their momentary resources or all of their momentary resources, they will have no choice but to respond to this stimulus by building upon their existing resources so that if this task were to present itself again in the future, they would be able to carry it out. This concept might seem pretty obvious on the surface, but based on what I constantly see in the gym each week, it's clear that the majority of trainees just don't realize it. Look, the bottom line is this. If you're not training your body either very close to or beyond its current capacity on the majority of your sets in the gym, you're never going to see significant muscle building results. It's as simple as that. The muscles grow as an adaptive survival response, and if a certain intensity threshold is not crossed during each set, no new muscle tissue will be built. Forget about trying to achieve a big muscle pump or feeling the burn during your sets. Far more important than that is simply ensuring that you train your muscles with a high level of intensity in order to produce an adaptive response in size and strength. Now, just how intensely does one need to train in order to cross this threshold? This is an issue of huge debate among bodybuilding experts, but we can still establish some basic guidelines that will work for the majority of people in the majority of situations. In order to produce the most dramatic response in muscle size and strength possible, I would recommend that the minimum level of intensity you train with is 1 to 2 reps short of concentric muscular failure. Concentric muscular failure is simply the point in the set where no further positive repetitions can be executed using proper form despite your best efforts to do so. So training 1 to 2 reps short of concentric failure would mean taking your set to the point where if you were to train with 100% of your possible effort, you would only be able to squeeze out an additional 1 to 2 repetitions in proper form. This is the minimum level of intensity I would recommend. If you're training at a level any less than 2 reps short of muscular failure, you simply aren't pushing yourself hard enough. The maximum level of intensity, and the level that I typically recommend to my clients, is to take each set all the way to the point of concentric muscular failure. This doesn't mean pushing like an absolute maniac until your eyeballs are popping out of your skull and your entire body is shaking uncontrollably. It just means safely and intelligently continuing your set until you cannot execute an additional repetition using proper form despite your best efforts. Training at this level ensures that you cross all possible intensity thresholds and that the adaptive response within the muscle is triggered as dramatically as possible. In all of my years observing my own bodybuilding progress as well as the progress of thousands of other people in the gym, it has been clear that those who safely train to concentric muscular failure always see the fastest and most explosive gains in muscle size and strength. Now, I'll admit that training to failure isn't for everyone. If you have past injuries, if you're in an older age category, or if you've never touched a weight in your life, obviously you'll have to find an intensity level that is right for you. That being said, regardless of who you are or what your situation is, you must be willing to train at a relatively high level of intensity if you want to see any measurable progress. If the last couple reps of the set don't force you to dig down deep and don't cause you a reasonable amount of discomfort, don't expect to be packing on any significant amount of muscle size or strength. Get serious, get focused, and start training hard. Thanks for watching this video lesson. If you want to learn exactly how to channel your training intensity in the most effective manner possible, make sure to visit my website using the link in the description box. There you'll be able to sign up for my free online muscle building email course where I reveal all kinds of awesome training, nutrition, and supplementation strategies for properly structuring an effective bodybuilding program. You'll also be able to access additional downloadable bonus items to help accelerate your progress even further. Go ahead and click that link, and I look forward to hearing about your progress.